Hey, welcome to my YouTube channel and to this series called the Job Files Dad Edition. This is where I try to explain to my daughters what do I do for a living. Since they were little kids, they kept asking me, Daddy, what do you do? And work with computers and data science and all of that sometimes it's difficult to explain. Nowadays, I've been working a lot with fabric and they think it's like fabric like this, but it's, it's something else. So let me welcome Izzy. And let's talk about it. Hey, Izzy.
Hey guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. So good to be with you guys again. And yes, like my dad said, today we're going to be talking about fabric. Many moons ago, he taught a class about Power BI and I grasped a little bit of what it is, just the tip of the iceberg. And ever since fabric came out, he has been nonstop talking about it. So Dad, how would you explain fabric?
Oh, I'm so excited about Fabric because Fabric makes my life and the life of data engineers and data analysts and data scientists, it makes all our lives way easier. And the reason is like you said, many moons ago, before Fabric exists, if we want to put a project together, we have to go around and collect a lot of services from many providers and try to connect them together. We actually can connect them together, but it takes a long time to like Lego pieces when you connect to each other. It takes a lot of time to get these things lined up, connected, and everything works smoothly. So then you can get engaged in the actual work, which is processing your data, crunch your data, and create a new AI model, for instance. Now with Fabric, what is I'm so excited about Fabric is all of these services, or many of these services, they are into Fabric. So Fabric is like this box full of gears or Lego pieces, but they are already connected. You just have to tell Fabric, I want you to do this, this, and this, and this order, and using this data as a source, as a base, and off you go. So my life gets easier because I can get to a final product, to a trained model, to a BI report way faster with way less work than what I used to do. We like it because it really does make our life a lot easier and we can help companies to achieve what they want to achieve faster than before.
So would you say that it's a tool that a lot of businesses should use and can use to import their data and come out with reports?
Yes, Izzy, it's exactly it. But it's not just a tool, it is actually a toolbox. Because when you have a tool, you use a tool for a particular purpose. And if you need to do something else, if I need to poke a hole on a wall, I will use a drill. If I need to screw something in, I use the wrench. So I have multiple tools to multiple purposes. In Fabric, we have like this toolbox with a lot of tools inside. So if I need to bring together data from many systems, I have a collection of tools in Fabric to do that. When I need to mix this data together and organize them in a way that I can produce a result, Fabric has another tool inside itself to do that. So it's like a toolbox where we can use all the tools we need and only the tools we need. You don't have to use them all for a particular project, for a particular use case, and come up with the results at the end.
That is really cool. I really like that. So since it's a collection of all of these softwares all in one, would you say that it would make things go by faster?
Yes, that is the whole point, Izzy. In order to get results, we need to process the data. In order to process the data, you need to have the data engines. And in order to have the data engines, you need to go and sign up for that processing compute in the cloud. Now, when you do Fabric, you skip some of these stages. Like when I sign up for Fabric, I have all the engines already. And when I go in to process my data or bring the data in, the data will be stored and available to all of them at once. If I need to train a machine learning model and create a new AI solution, that engine that will create that trained model will use that same data that was brought in for or by the data engines that brought the data into Fabric, right? And stored inside the Fabric storage called OneLake. So it's exactly it. It gets things done faster. It's a platform that speeds up the whole process of training an AI model, of creating a BI report, or just crunch the data together so it can be used for decision making.
Yeah, everyone's looking to save some money. And talking about money, this is the $1,000,000 question at the end of every video. How do you use Fabric in your day-to-day workspace?
Yeah, that $1 million thing, I want it. I want to answer that question. I want to get that $1 million. But on my everyday work, what I do with Fabric is before actually jumping to Fabric, I talk to my customers, I talk to the people who needs a solution. When they tell me what's the use case, what they're trying to achieve, it's either near real-time dashboard or a batch processing that will create a new AI solution for them. When I get those specs and when I get the data, where the data is coming from, I jump into Fabric and start creating the elements inside Fabric to bring all of this solution together. And as an independent consultant, what I usually do is I get the customers coming with me, and when they come, they learn from the process. So my everyday work is not just implementing the solutions to my customer, but also doing knowledge transfer inside Fabric with them so they can do the things by themselves. So that is a typical day working with Fabric.
Dang, that is really cool. I am not a data person, but you made Fabric sound really, really cool, and I'm definitely very interested.
I'm happy to hear that, Izzy. That's what I do. I implement solutions and I try to transfer knowledge and get people excited about the technology itself so they can benefit and they can produce more, they explore more. I'm so happy that you got interested in Fabric too.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us, and we'll see you guys again on the next episode of the Job Files Dad Edition.